Greetings, everyone. For today's map on Creeper World 4, we're doing a requested mission from the Colonies again. This is 4 missions by Dushe, who has a number of popular maps. I don't think I've done any of them yet. I hope I pronounced the author's name right. We've got tags saying, again, contradictory things, easy, hard, etc. Eggs are involved, apparently. And we've got the different objectives here. Nullifying the enemies takes the longest. I would say we'll probably end up about 20 minutes on that. You can see a lot of varying times here, some of them quite high. Then the nullify, or activate totems rather, objective. This is much faster. People have done that in as low as a few minutes. And sort of a little bit longer than that, but similar is the reclaim objective. So we're going to hit them all, and let's take a look at what we're going to be in for here. Map includes 4 mission ideas from Creeper World 1, so upper left from Creeper All Around, there's a series of maps by that name Dushe's already made. Left down is fractally generated terrain, and then there's an idea they got from Acronym up here, and this is supposed to be similar to the first mission of the campaign. Now, there are a few things going on here. There's one of the things that I'm not a big fan of is when they put things on top of each other. You can see Green R and Red R on top of each other. We actually start with an urn portal and a factory, but it's not so immediately obvious this is the case because they're right underneath the Rift Lab, which is right here in the middle. And of course, the Crazonium walls here separate the 4 different sections of the map. So up here, we're basically submerged in Creeper. We want to use the anti-Creeper breeder. And here we've got, different hills and valleys terrain and some resources to eventually get at through that direction. Here we've got all these solar panels that are going to go boom. We've got a few different emitters, Creeper in different places. And then this is a little bit the most challenging. We've got resource terrain here, dark zone with a whole bunch of things to nullify. A few points worth noting about the starting build. Obviously, it's quite small. Lower left is submerged. Upper left is submerged. Got a little bit here, and most of our starting stuff is out here. We're, of course, going to branch across here with pylons and get this resource terrain for more energy as quickly as we are able. Now, this here is easy to miss, but there's this actually void in between these 2 areas. So this creeper can't flood into us, even though it looks like it can, because it can't cross the landmass that's not contiguous. And if we look down here, this energy box is mostly a trap, and all of these solar panels are traps. As the creeper flows out, it's going to pop all these. Nothing we can do to save them. You can see I am building a couple of cannons here, but there's a limit to this. There we go. So the energy box pops. We're going to evacuate, of course. But, see, there's no ammo. They just barely got built before that popped. And if we tried to, build more cannons out further, they wouldn't even have gotten all the packets. They just stopped 1 packet short of being built. So if you had a few more seconds, you could possibly defend this area, but there's no way to keep the box alive as far as I can tell. Alright, so we're going to slide back here with these. And this map is interesting to me from a gameplay perspective because it's one that there's constantly something going on. You don't have a big dry period at the beginning of build-up. There's action always, but that also carries with it the fact that with the 4 different quadrants, it's going to be a very pause-heavy map in which we make progress relatively slowly, just by nature of the fact that I can't really push it and keep track of everything that's going on. It's not as difficult as Hold'em 2, but there is sort of a partly similar feel, at least the way I look at it, because you are still in a situation where you're expanding in multiple directions at once, and you've sort of got to keep your eye on everything that's going on. So we're going to throw all of them in place, and I think you don't need this urn anymore. You've got energy, but I'm going to throw you... Well, I'm going to let you shoot a little bit more here first. But let's go ahead and remove that urn and throw it up in our build speed. Of course, that'll suck up more energy, but help us ramp up when we have room to put some things down. And yes. These actually aren't getting ammo yet, so it's getting damaged, but now it's going to have time to just barely survive. Okay. I almost cut that too close. Now, you can come out here. You actually have ammo. And we are a bit short on energy at the moment, but that will be very temporary. There it is, going back into the positive. The extra cannons being of use. You can slide over this way. And then I want... You can come out... Let's see, I'll take you out here, I think. Well, no, we're not going to be able to extend the energy there. We'll come out this way. And now that we've got a little bit more energy going, I think I want to throw a mortar there. I don't want to go too crazy with them yet. Let's see about... Another thing with this whole area, all the elevation changes and everything, it basically means that we can't really do as much as you might like to set like a rigid grid of where we're going to put all of our towers. So I'm just going to try to place things as well as I can. And we'll just sort of have to make do with slightly imperfect placements. But we'll do it as efficiently as we are able. Okay, so which direction? I think I want you out this way more. And you're clearing this up, which is nice. Very good. You can come out here. So just gradually spreading out. And we got our miner in place. So I'm going to want to do some more things here now. Let's turn on the terps. And then let's also throw up some more mortars here. See what that does to our energy. It's holding pretty steady. Let's go ahead and something like around there. We can extend further out this way as well, so let's do that. Leave you there a bit for the moment. Okay. Now let's keep you going. And I think I want to, just to make sure I get them done, let's turn these on. We will need them eventually. This mortar's starting to fire. And we're ready to start crossing over here now to this area. Let's flip as much of this in place as we can. And let's see. All of that should work out well. I think we can also come out this way. There we go. So continue expanding the energy network. And we got a little low there, but now we're doing a lot better. Let's have you out more this way. And I think I want you over here in case anything crazy happens. You can come maybe about here, and let's plop you more over that way. This is all drying up, so let's move you out in that direction. Oh, we still needed this there. Now it's dried. It wasn't quite gone. I think I like that placement. And now there's not a whole lot more we can do to expand what we're going to have going on here. Let's definitely make sure we have a mortar here when this starts to come up. I'd like to have another one in here. And I'm going to want another cannon to place over this way. I'm trying to manage everything so that we don't quite put another mortar up here. I don't want to have a situation where we run out of energy, but I don't want to be overflowing either. Oh, and we're getting a little bit high there. Another mortar, and then we may not want to leave them on, but for now I'm going to put a couple of refineries up. Start harvesting all of this green R actually across the border in the next quadrant. There we go. That's at a good rate for spending the energy, I think. Maybe slide you down a bit. Pretty happy with where everything is right now. I forgot about this urn, which having the earned terps, of course, allow them to reach this. So let's definitely see, where do I want to put that? I think I'm going to put it in mine production. Okay, so now we've got these up. And I want to slide them over here on this little bit of land, along with a tower, and have them begin working there. Pretty even on energy. Terps whirring away, and now they're done. Okay. So now we can take those urns out. They don't need those anymore. They can just sort of come over here and hang out. We can put some miners up here. And let's also turn off the refineries now. I know they're not finished, but we're going to have an energy deficit here quite shortly. So let's get rolling in this area. Few towers around to make sure everything's connected. And that should do. And I'm just going to sort of hold on where we are until we get, out of the deficit. And I want to have, so put the one urn there, and then we'll put another one in one of these to boost our energy. Chopping away at all this pretty well, except for just being short on ammo. There we go. We are up. Switch one of these to blue-white right away because I want to begin breeding AC down here as quickly as we can. Okay, now we're looking much better. We're going to turn on these refineries. And we have about 1.5 minutes for the blob nest. I think we can wait a little bit longer, but not a lot before we start getting some snipers up. Let's have a couple mortars here. Okay, still lots of energy. Let's do snipers now. 2 here. 1 here. And 1 over here. And we will also go ahead and throw up a few missile launchers. Just to get things started. Makes us pretty even for the moment. Of course, this mortar firing some over the wall here into this area, so until that clears out, we're not going to do a whole bunch of expansion around here. Now, I think I want you to make sure this is cleared out. And I should probably be doing a couple things here. Let's move. Yeah, let's see if we can hold that connection. I don't know if we can. But if I can slide you over there, then I can place a nullifier here. And move you over here. I want to get some of these nullifiers up as quickly as I can. I probably want another spare cannon as well. Whoa! Energy spikes, so we've got everything refilled. Okay. So what do we want to use that on? Well, I probably... Let's add another cannon. A few more mortars. And what I'm thinking is just to plop them over the side here and help out that area. I think we've probably done enough. Yeah. To just plop down one more tower. All of this is still working here. Okay, this is looking good. Let's go ahead and nullify there. And this area is looking fairly clear, so I can perhaps move you around. Put a nullifier there. This is not quite ready yet. Needs a bit more work. But not a lot. Let's clear that off. There we go. And leave you there a bit longer. There we go. Pull that away. And another nullifier there. So, eliminating the threat as quick as possible will help us get moving a little bit more quickly. And you are all in place. So let's begin moving along. Let's perhaps just plop all of you down over here. I don't want to go too crazy with using the energy, but more firepower is not going to hurt. Okay. This is starting to breed. And there we go. We're starting... Okay, we popped up these, so we're good on our lift deck. So that means my next objective is called for, which is building platforms out here. Because I'll eventually start producing eggs, and I want to have a nice, good area of platforms here in the void, and then plus being able to push in a little further. Start assaulting that dark zone. That would be optimal for us. Let's send you over here, give you something more to do. Now this is starting to thin out. And... let's perhaps send you down this way. Because this is all drying out. I may be able to expand some towers here as well. And once again, energy maxed out. So we are really doing well on that front. You are building up. And I think we're just ready to begin here. Because now that our AC starts breeding, and actually I don't need you on blue-eyed anymore, so you can switch back to energy. Okay, so this is pretty much set. Let's see how much of this we can actually just throw in place here. That should cover all of this. We still need to clear out this area, which we're working on. I don't think it would be too much. Just throw one more mortar over here. Help that out a bit. Okay, well, let's keep you moving along. And you as well. I think having a mortar out that way would be beneficial. And we are definitely making progress over here as well. I think we just need to kick some of these out this way. Start firing further. Ooh. This creeper coming in here, we need this to breed again, or we're probably gonna lose those towers. Might have jumped the gun just a little bit there. Yep. Pop, pop, they go. Oh, I didn't fill in here. Let's definitely do that. Now it's breeding again. And it's going to push out a lot further now. Actually, I lost one of the towers. One of them survived. But in any case, this will not be, of course, any kind of a long-term problem. There isn't very much creeper here. If you notice, like, the emitters, they're super wimpy in these areas. So it's just a matter of getting, firepower going to the right locations, and then things will almost take care of themselves. Don't know if we'll hold that, but I'll put it up there anyway. And expand our weapons out. Not going to bother doing any terraforming of any kind in there. Just let's keep the battle going. Okay, so you're in place. Let's go ahead and throw you this way. You're not needed. You come out here. You're not needed. You come out here. This is all set. We're going to be clearing this up shortly. This is looking pretty good. Excellent. And we've got all kinds of energy that I'm not using, so I'm going to rectify that. Because we're going to need sprayers in here. So let's just throw them up. That just leaves us pretty even on energy. Okay. All three emitters are now nullified. We need to dry up this last little bit. And then we can move along. You're not really doing much good. You come over here as well. Okay. Now it's all going away. And we'll just grab that tiny little bit there. Okay. So, when this starts expanding a little more, we're definitely going to have a lot of work to do. This is up, and I forgot about it. It's so easy to not be progressing, at least for me, in one corner because you're working on, you know, other ones. So I want to have sniper and missile, mortar and cannon. Mortar, he said. So the first goal is to defend against any creeper that might come across the void, and then we'll gradually progress to greater things. And so we're really shifting our focus with this area being, you know, handled. And we'll even grab a couple more of these weapons. We're going to make sure that we knock out everything that's going on over here. And also expanding here where we're going to get a bunch of anti-creeper assistance. Let's throw up some more towers. And pretty soon, it'll be time to really start throwing some of that energy around again. But I don't think we have quite enough room here. I want to build some runways and get some things done in that regard. Okay, let's advance more. Keep that picture moving. And I think now I want to start... This is out far enough. Let's begin collecting anti-creeper. These are still moving. Okay. Now let's slide up here, and now we're going to use up all that energy that we really haven't had anything useful to do with yet. And And let's throw up... We're going to want multiple, but... Let's start here. Runway. And I don't know if that one will quite survive, but it probably will. Then around this first one, we're going to do some AC bombers first. And then I also want to set up... Yep, you're probably going to have to wait for that one for it to push out just a little bit more. But it is constantly expanding now. Okay, so I'm going to want... Let's see, I'm going to want one about here and one about here. And we'll do more of these. What I want to do is have collection fields reaping all of this stuff that's being bred in here. There we go. And keep moving out. Everybody here, keep moving out. Keep pushing them back. We did lose, I think, the one AC bomber, but yeah, and look, energy's already gone. So, for now, we will just go ahead and turn off that runway to make things look a little bit better for it. I think we need you up here to clear this out, pacify that area. And the march of the towers outward continues. We're going to connect up to these totems. And we're continuing to build on those. So all of that is looking pretty good. Let's set up a few more towers out here. Keep the energy supply flowing, because we're definitely going to need it. And, okay. You're, I think, done over here, are you not? Pretty close. Above all, just keep the procession going outwards. Okay, so I want to have my... Let's put more AC bombers in place. I'm not actually going to have these be on. And for this one, we'll do regular bombers. But again, we're not going to build them yet. Just getting them in place. And then we'll move... Let's see, let's have one of you down here. One maybe out there. One out here. And again, just set them all up to collect the anti-creeper that our bombers are going to want to use. And I think... Just want to get these out of the way. Set up the next runway. And onward we go. Yeah, you can move way up here. You can move up here. Let's keep everybody moving forward. And there goes 2 more totems. So we have 4 out of our 6 totems up. Energy is getting closer to neutral. Of course, the AC advancing ever faster. And we've got room for more down here as well. Not a whole lot left over this way. Okay, let's get, now that our energy has popped back on, more snipers. More missile launchers. More cannons and mortars. Although I think we missed one there. Yeah, I didn't get that sniper there. And let's build another runway. See what that does to our energy level. It's fine. It doesn't even whine about it. Okay. Slide you out here. I'll put you about here. And you about here. And let's get a couple more of these going. Now we're going to have all kinds of anti-creeper, but it will go away. It will be used. Some of it being used to fuel these right now. Runway isn't up yet, but it's coming. I think we're ready to begin this group. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's some more than we're producing in terms of energy, but not a lot. It's not bad at all. And of course, now we're going to get even more blue-eyed in from those. All kinds of everything going on here. Let's go ahead and throw up additional platforms. Like so. Okay. Let's move you out. And I think we're eventually going to want one more runway. Turn you off here. You can come out this way. And you can, let's do maybe here and here for just a couple more collection fields. And after that, just be more bombers as I have the energy for them, but that's a not yet kind of thing. No runway. But we're ready to plant the rest of what we need over here. I meant to do this earlier. Flatten the AC. Make this a little more visible. Gah. I hate it when the mouse slips. Don't know if that'll hold. But I do know we're ready for a nullifier. There we go. Connect all of that up. You can push forward, and we are almost here on this end as well. Actually, I wonder. Yeah. I'm going to want to put one there anyway. You are all going to just hit right there because there's actually nothing in that part of the dark zone. And you keep flowing out. Oops, I missed one. Let's see here. You're almost certainly not going to last there. Oh, you are. Shows what I know. Move out. Move out. Everybody move out. Energy is back. The AC is doing its thing. Let's go ahead and turn on the rest of these runways now. Then we'll see where we are to build more bombers. These are holding up, but they're not built yet because we don't have enough liftic, which is fine. We're not in a huge hurry on that. Okay, now I think we're close enough over here to get this nullifier rolling. Once we put everything in place. Indeed we are. And we just have one more row here, really, to eliminate. And then these will sort of lose their purpose for a bit. Yep, still looking very strong on energy. We've got our reclaim, but we don't really particularly care about that. Let's see how well we handle the idea of building bombers. Not as well. So we'll go ahead and stick with that for now. We are going to throw those bombers in the same place. Right here. And all of this is pretty much clear. So let's go ahead and tower it up just to get these last little bits of energy in our corner. I think that'll do it. So now there's only one bit left. This over here, and this will go by quite a bit more quickly, I would imagine. And here we go, dropping our loads of AC. And we are energy positive again. Boom. Reclaim has been activated. We could leave, but we're not going to. Totems, also good. We need to nullify the enemies before we're truly done here. So we're going to build. Could just use the existing weapons, but I'm going to use the build option. 2 rows of mortars here. Then back here, we're going to put a couple missiles and a couple snipers. He said a couple snipers. Alright, energy once again an issue. And we're going to want all of these weapons eventually. Most of them aren't really needed here. So they can just sort of... Not sure where I want them to hang out. They can hang out along here, I guess. There we go. Energy is back. Let's build another group of AC bombers, because you can never have too many. Well, you can. But as much as we're sucking up from in here, I think we can handle at least close to one more runway. So all of you can now head this way. And it's time now for beacons. Because we're going to want to press in here. Only one way to do that. And we're definitely running low on energy here. We're also starting to stall speed-wise. So let's go ahead and back off. What kind of height do we have here? Yeah, it's like 50 or 60 creepers, so it's not nothing. The AC is doing its thing. But energy-wise, we are having a situation. Or we were. Now we've got our first row of regular bombers coming off. We've actually run out of anti-creeper for the moment. Everybody pound it, though. Total level of creeper, 100k. We've got like 600k AC. It's just a case of sucking it all up and feeding it to our bombers. Okay, let's get in here a little more. Let's throw our beacons in place. Keep one in reserve. Let's see what happens after we're done with all that. We're looking really good on energy again now. I think it's time for another set of bombers. That's what this last runway is for. And we'll, let's move your target area more up here. That's fine for the AC. You can stay there. And we're starting to get a landing area. Okay. Let's have all of you now. It's your time. Might be a bit early. We might lose some on the way in. We have plenty more that can join you, if we do. I think we might be okay here. Pushing it back. And let's get a pylon right up there. And everybody is pretty much set on what they're supposed to be doing. So let's just clear this out. Losing some. Holding on to others. Okay. Let's make some connections. And then let's just throw in some of all of you as we just sort of make our way into this. And now it's all starting to fade for them. Let's go ahead and start nullifying. Say about there. See what that one does. Alright, let's get all of our bombers and just shift you forward now. Another nullifier. We are going to need some snipers up here. Let's make sure that we're not forgetting that. Did lose that nullifier. Replace it. Hello. There's some egg fun. Oh yeah. Before we got the snipers in, we had some greetings from some blobs. But we're not going to be hearing from them again anytime soon, and there's some air sacs being given the treatment. And when those eggs disperse, they're just getting hammered by everything we already have, so liking all of that. And as soon as this is nullified, they will not have much to say at all in here. And now we're breeding more AC, or will be. Just to make things even more successful. Okay. Think we're moving a bit ahead of our tower network. And I want to throw this beacon up in here just to make sure we're taking care of business. There we go. Okay, now we spread everywhere. No place will be safe on this island. Nullifier here. And nullifier here. And I think that covers everybody. But let's just throw another one in for fun. And throw all of you in here. You know, just to make it a massive, overwhelming situation. The bombers are even trying to take out this stuff because they ran out of other things to shoot. That's hilarious. Okay, we're at 9 enemies nullified. Got some more nullifiers still being fed. Just waiting for those energy packets to get over here and do their thing. This one powering up. Boom. Boom. Waiting on you, I think, is it. There it is. Well, I will take it. 11 minutes and change. Everybody's nullified. Everybody is gone. And then 7 minutes almost exactly for the other two choices. So, let me know as always what you thought of this 4 missions map. I don't think there are any others that I've seen quite like it. Definitely was sort of interesting in the gradual progression that you go through. And I'll be back with more Creeper World 4 next week. Thanks for watching, everyone.